All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. Welcome to the call. And I want to know which one of you is going to be getting a listing into your pipeline in the next 24 to 36 hours. If you need to take this as a challenge, I know somebody can do it, and I'm sure somebody will do it. It just depends on whether you take action or not based on what we talk about today. I'm not here just to yap. I'm here to get you to take action, to show you what to do, to start putting listings into your pipeline, start signing up listings, start selling listings, and all of that jazz. So go ahead and let me know that you are good to go. Let me know that you see the two links I just put in. One for listings to leads. If you're not a client, make sure you sign up for a free trial ASAP, because you can literally implement this and actually do it. And you could actually be talking to sellers while you're watching the video and doing it. All right. And if you're not in our school classroom, make sure you get in there. I'll be talking about that for a little bit today as well. And I'm going to get started right now because I want to quickly go through something. We just dropped, and we do this like every week or two. We'll drop a couple of emails, one for your seller leads, one for your buyer leads. These get listings, they get buyers engaged, and you can send them through your CRM. You can send them through listings to leads. And right here, 2 new emails. And if you click the link for more information, it'll take you to the mastermind group where I just talk you through it. So you can see there, and there's even a screenshot of where this is at in your account. I'm going to click past that. And expired leads, they're a subset of seller leads. And a lot of the stuff that we talk about here, you can actually do with your seller leads in your database. So there's 2 emails. If I mouse over them, you're going to be able to see it says send to your buyer leads, send to your seller leads. So I'm going to click on the subject line, and it'll take you to the editor where you can edit this if you want to, although we write it. All right, we write this to be pretty on point. And again, people send these out, they get listings. So I was on the edit preview. I clicked to the, I was on the edit section. Now I click preview, and I can see what it's going to look like here. There's a link. The link is going to where people can download your 100 plus point home marketing plan. So you can see right here, they can get their 100 point home marketing plan, and they can also get a home value right there. And this link is automatic. You don't need to do anything. The only thing you need to do is get it out the door. All right. Now we may have to update this because, man, with what's going on in the world, it's nuts. But what we do, all right, in general, for any of these kind of emails, is talking about current events. So in this case, it was the fact that rates had moved up to 6.57. You might want to use AI or go to bankrate.com, find out today's rate, right? You can swap that out if you want to. But regardless, we're not here to spin. We're not here to run away and hide. We're not here to make excuses. What we are here to do is let homeowners know that if they are thinking about selling, if they need to sell their home, that, you know what, there are still buyers out there. All right. So serious buyers are still active. More casual buyers do step back perhaps, but with the right plan, we can get the strongest offers for your home, and that you've got the strongest plan, because you've got the 100 plus point home marketing plan, and it's going to link right there to your landing page, or it's really your agent website with listings to leads. And so to send this through your CRM, you can just copy it. Just copy it. And I'll just open up a similar type of editor in listings to leads, but go to Follow Up Boss, go to Bold Trail, go to Lofty, go to Go High Level, right? Go to where you're going to create an email blast to send to all of your leads, your seller leads. I'm not going to show the one for the buyers because it works the same way. So in your CRM, right, just copy and paste the subject line as well. And in listings to leads, you hit next. Usually it's like the editor and the subject line are going to be kind of right together. So just paste in the email. Look at that. Everything is working. All the links are going to work. The images are going to work. Right, I can click the preview again in Listings to Leads. Right, I click that, just boom. So I don't care what CRM you use. I think all of them, you should be able to do that. So just boom, bada bing, get it out. All right, get it out. And if your CRM, and most of them do, let you track who clicks on that link. And or obviously some people may reply back, because we got to hear reply back. And if they do download the 100-point home marketing plan, or they get a home value from your agent website, you'll get a lead notification letting them know. But I might also call the people that I see opening that link or clicking the link via my CRM. So again, Follow Up Boss, Lofty, all of these CRMs will typically tell you who clicked the link, right? So you can see who got it, who opened it, who clicked it. And then if they fill anything out, you'll get a notification from us. If you've got your CRM connected, it'll go to your CRM, and your CRM will also let you know. So get this email out the door, okay? Get it out the door. And again, if you wanted to update the 6.57 to whatever it is for today, feel free to do that. Just drop it into just ask your favorite AI program, or again, bankrate.com, mortgage banking, whatever website, get all that information, and let's get that out the door. And do the same for the one for the buyers. All right. Do the one for the buyers as well. These things are phenomenal. One more thing before we get in. So, every day I check ads in the system. People are running ads. And this one shocked the heck out of me. So this ad right here for a listing, all right, motivated seller, 55 plus community, that part's not so important. What caught my eye was the fact that she had added 5 questions to the lead form in addition to name, email, and phone number. That is nuts. That is crazy. 130 leads with 8 points of contact at $2.10 a lead, spent $273. There's going to be a few deals in here. I got some screenshots of the lead information, which I'll show you. Average cost per lead for an active listing was $292 last week. And right, so here, right, name, email, phone number, time frame to buy. Would you like my ultimate guide to buying a home? Would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? Do you have a home to sell? Desired move-in date? Goodness gracious. I put in a few pro tips right here as well. And man, look at some of these leads. So name, email, and phone number. No to the guide. Time frame 3 to 6. Move-in date sometime in 2026. Yes to want a list of price reduced. Yes, they have a home to sell. Absolutely phenomenal. All right. Now, anytime somebody tells you they have a home to sell, what I would do as part of my follow-up is I would ask them, hey, I see they have a home to sell and I'd love to get the property address, and I'd like to send you so that I can send you my 100+ point home marketing plan just so that you can have it. And also notice that you'd like to get a list of price reduced homes for sale. What area in particular are you looking for? Are you looking for just around this particular property, or are there other areas that you're considering? Anything about the property I should know? Are you looking for a single story, community, HOA type of thing? Want to be near a golf course, right? Whatever it is. Do you have a boat? Do you want to be near a boat launch, right? Whatever it is. Here's another one. Pretty much the same thing. First name, last name, or I'm sorry, full name, email, phone number. No to the guide, 3 to 6 months, right? Move-in date 2027. So, whatever, it's a little bit off, but yes to price reduced, yes to have a home to sell. Name, email, phone number, no to the guide. What's your time frame to buy? 3 to 6. Move-in date, August, perfect. Yes to price reduced, yes to have a home to sell. Name, email, phone number, time frame to buy, 6 to 12. Move-in date, 6/1/26. That's actually in 2 months. Awesome. no to having a home to sell, no to the guide, and yes to a list of price reduced homes for sale. I mean, come on, are you kidding me? That is absolutely phenomenal. And if you want to a little bit later in this call, I can walk through doing the questions. A couple of pro tips I put in here. One, make sure you get your follow-up set up. All right. Make sure you get your follow-up set up so that these leads are getting addressed. You can always turn your ads off if the CPL, cost per lead, is too high. Really, anything over $5 a lead for a buyer lead, I would consider too high. Now, that said, open houses can be like $1 more on average. I don't know why. It's always been that way. I think Facebook knows that open house people are a little bit more of an engaged lead. And so they're using maybe some of the different criteria that cost a little bit more money. But man, for open houses, we want to get people to the open house. So I don't mind spending $1 more for the open house lead. But still, right? We want to just watch your cost per lead. And if it's over $5 to $6, just turn it off. And a lot of times, if you just run the ad again, everything, being good to go, sometimes the algorithm just gets off a little bit. It can, go sideways. And usually 70 to 80% of the time, when I have an ad that's too much and all I do is turn it off and rerun it, it does great. Now, to that point, always put your best 4 photos first. So in listings to leads, you want to make sure, and this is true for the e-flyers, for the print flyers, for all the marketing. And it's a service to the person viewing your marketing to show them the best 4 to 5 photos first. Don't make them have to go through 33 photos to see the backyard. All right. Don't make them have to go through a bunch of photos just to see the kitchen or the living room. Put all of that as the first 4 to 5 photos, and everything is going to flow a lot better. And then you can also extend ads that are performing well. And so I believe she's got so far $273 total budget. I believe that's over like a 2 to 3 week period, maybe. But regardless, 130 leads, 8 points of contact, $2.10. And you saw some of those responses. There's probably at minimum 4 to 5 deals in the short to medium term from just the leads I showed you right there. Because especially if they live local, man, what a great way to double end it. What a great way to be able to double end. Now, if you don't double end and you want to refer to somebody else and get a referral fee, do that. I'm not judging. I'm not here to argue double ending or not. That's everyone's got a different opinion. I respect whatever you think about it, but regardless, she is absolutely crushing it. So I just wanted to share that with everybody. I did put in the link to our school classroom, and we're going to take a look at that today. Today is one of those days I do 3 webinars. So Tom Power, you are in. Melissa Choler, I believe, you're in as well. So you should now have access. If it's not immediate, it'll be shortly that you'll have access. There are 4 classrooms. And let me just show you real quickly before we go into expired. We've got the pending just sold, which is phenomenal. We've got open house, which I just spent some time yesterday. The last few days updating this. And so I updated this. What the big update I did here was a couple of things. I broke out how you should market an open house where we're using the entire week so that we're not rushing on Saturday morning or Friday afternoon. All right. So I talk about, picking the right property, the Facebook ad, the tools for the seller, Instagram stories, reels, TikToks, getting the yard sign dialed in. And this is good for your listing or listing that you're borrowing. On Tuesday, getting the social media posts done, the e-flyers and calling through your database to invite people in your database, Instagram reel stories, TikTok number 2, all right? Day number 1 is the front of the house. Day number 2 is the living room. And then on Wednesday, we talk about flooding the farm. Okay. So getting that nearby homeowner letter, inviting the neighbors to the open house. Again, our short form videos. This time we're focusing on the dining room. And then we want to make sure, and this would be relevant for today, we want to make sure we got our 100 plus point home marketing plan, right? Just like we got for expireds. We want to make sure that we've got this ready. Now, there's a number of versions of this that we can do, and I'll talk a little bit more about that today. Having this at your open house is phenomenal. All right. When you get an open house, you want to leave this laying around. All right. Put it somewhere. And after people sign in, after you introduce yourself and, what have you, what you're going to want to say to people is this: my 100 plus point home marketing plan to get homes sold in the area is sitting on the table over there. If you'd like to take a look at it, please do. And anyone that owns a home they're going to walk over there. They're going to walk over. They're going to take a look at it. They might thumb through it a little bit. And what I would do, and everyone's going to be a little bit different, but what I would do is something along the lines of asking them, have you ever seen a marketing plan to get a property sold that extensive? They're going to say no. They're going to say something like, wow, this looks great. Then offer them, there's a link to the flip book, which I'll be showing you today. Offer them to send it via text or via email, especially if they've signed in. You could say, if you like, I can send it to the email that you signed in with, or I can send it via text if you like. If they talk more, ask them, are they thinking about selling their home this year? Would a hard copy featuring their home be appropriate? All right. This is a phenomenal way that our clients generate phenomenal seller leads, listing appointments, listings from an open house. And and then we talk about getting some of the PDF guides, right? So we got all the PDF guides have print flyers. You put them in a little acrylic holder, and you have that at your open house. And then on Thursday, right? Again, now we're going to circle prospect the neighbors. One of our clients, 10 listings in 10 weeks. So, and plus buyers. So a listing and a deal and a half a week he's doing the last 10 weeks using these exact strategies, right? Also doing open houses. He calls 200 people a week, 200 people a week, circle prospecting and expireds. So if he can do it, anybody can do it. That's one of the very few programs that I recommend as an investment in your business, in addition to listings to leads, is having a service like My Plus Leads, Redx, Vulcan 7, so that we can circle prospects. All right. And then Instagram stories, TikTok, primary bed, bath, or another feature of the home. And I got videos, examples of all of these. 100 point home marketing plan video. So there's actually a video in your listings to leads account. You can see an example of what that looks like right here. That video can be downloaded, uploaded to your YouTube channel. You can play it right from listings to leads. That's why I like to have the open house sign-in forms printed, and then use your tablet or laptop to play that video. The video is awesome. I mean, that video is absolutely, let me see, I think this one might. So yeah, so this is the video on my YouTube channel. So imagine this is playing right at your open house. Similar to having the physical copy, we want this playing. Again, it gets people's attention. People just they'll look at it and wow. And then Friday, we're going to do another Instagram, TikTok of the backyard. And, all of these, I should show you. It's not that we're just doing a story, reel, or whatever, but we're including links. And we do this for pending and sold too. Right? There's a link to the property website. Here's a link to a landing page where they can download one of my PDF guides. Here is a link to the property website again. Here's a link to the ultimate guide to buying a home. And so you can use images, video clips, combination thereof, right? Get open house details. So, and that's all free, and it is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. So I'm going to go ahead and click back on classroom and school. We're going to go to 2026 pipeline expired pipeline builder. And RR says, this is great. Thank you. Will this be recorded in other tips for borrowed listing? Tips where we don't just, I apologize, everybody, just briefly, classroom, open house. Open house mastery presentation right here. Click that link. It will take you into listings to leads. Go through this presentation, and there is a discussion on borrowing a listing. So click on present and just go through this, and it'll talk about borrowing a listing. And you can also talk to your broker. Your broker should be a great resource for you. So I want to make sure, talk to your broker, tell them that you got an amazing way to generate buyers and sellers from an open house using listings to leads, but you want to borrow a listing, and get a little bit of help. But go through that presentation first, because it walks you through how to make sure you pick the right property to hold open. Not all properties are equal. All right. So I apologize, everybody. I've taken a little bit more time than I expected on things other than expired, but let's get at it. So let's do this. Who here has ever used our tools for a listing presentation or an expired listing? Anybody here so far? Have you used a 100-point home marketing plan to go after an expired, to go at, in a listing presentation for FSBO, for canceled? Because if you have, these are absolutely phenomenal. The goal of this whole thing is to get these in front of homeowners. And what's so beautiful is the expired homeowners are the highest converting niche possible. And when you've got the ability to identify expired homeowners, My Plus Leads, RedX, Vulcan 7, Espresso Agent, your MLS, right? There's other programs, free, paid, whatever it is. We can identify the expired homeowner, and they've got a problem. They have an issue. They tried to sell their home and it didn't get done. Now you have the number one tool in the industry. I will put this up against anything to present to them, and it can even feature their home on the cover, their name, their address, all on the cover, their home featured throughout, interactive. The links work, the QR codes work, the text codes work. This is a completely custom designed, interactive presentation, branded to you. And the best part is you can create these in about 2 minutes. I can create these QR code scannable. All right. Domains clickable. And I can send this to them via text, via email, door knock, and I can mail it to them. I got all of these opportunities. And a lot of this works with regular seller leads in your database, in your farm, at the open house. That's why I was spending a little bit of time talking about this in relation to the open house, because using this 27 page presentation can absolutely help you convert seller leads in your database and those expired leads in your area. So with that being said here, what I want you to do is just work your way down this list. All right. Just all you got to do is just click, read, understand. Click, read, understand. Where you don't understand, get into the Facebook mastermind group, or even in here, ask questions. There's literally no excuse, any one of you, even on the East Coast, when it's going to be 3 p.m., when you get off this call, that you can't have a listing in the pipeline by 5 o'clock. And that's not meaning you are spending 2 hours cold calling and getting told off every third call. It means, on average, what I see a lot of the times, every 5 calls, there's a conversation. Can you imagine? And even when you leave a voicemail, one of my clients made 5 calls, got 2 callback, 1 text, 1 callback. I have other clients, they make a phone call, they send a text, they send an email, and I've got all that right here, right? Look down to this left-hand side: phone, text, email, door knocking, direct mail, and follow-up. I got everything. And this is all based on the successes our clients have had. So you on this call are benefiting not only from having the number one tool in real estate to engage and convert expireds, you've also got the benefit of the last 4 to 5 to 6 months of me working with agents who went from nothing in this space of expireds to now just making it a major part of their listing pipeline. So with that said, it's easy enough to do yourself, but we actually do offer a done for you expired pipeline builder. You can take a look at that later. We have live and recorded calls. So we do have live, you're on the live, but we got recorded calls right here. I highly recommend, click, take a quick read, and watch the video. There's going to be a few things that are repeated, but that's fine. You want it in your head to where you don't even have to think about it. You just know it. You know what you're doing. I want you all to get to the point where you're fluent in L to L expireds. Okay. All right. Just like any other language, any other skill, any other thing that you're picking up, I want you to get fluent as fast as possible. And that's where your questions are part of that fluency. So you got to ask questions if you don't understand. You got to get into the mastermind group. You got to ask a question so that you can take action. Make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. Put a yes in if that makes sense. So I want you to go, the $2.5 million luxury listing added on day one. That's a blog post. Definitely read it. It's phenomenal. I'm going to open up success stories. There are 3 shortish videos, 6 to 12 minutes long each. And all 3 of these videos, 3 different agents, 3 different methods of going after expireds, 3 different personalities, 3 different ways of doing things. This is an agent who's been in the business for about a year, maybe a little bit less. She was 20 years old. She might be 21 now. And she got 4 listings in the first 6 weeks of doing this. Never was on a call with me. She did this all on her own. And in fact, the phone calls and the text messages, the scripts for those 2 are actually from her. All right. They were inspired by her, what she was doing. You got to watch this video. She goes through the scripts. She goes through what she does. She's in a tiny little market with 2 to 3 listing expireds a day. And she got 4 listed in 6 weeks. Absolutely phenomenal. John Summers, on the first day, he made 5 calls, got 1 listed. Of the 5, 2 people called him back, and he walks through what he said, what he does, what his goals were, how he approached this. So absolutely phenomenal video. Again, these people are sharing with you. This right here is worth the price of admission. These 3 videos are absolutely phenomenal. And then we got Scott Murray, $32 million into contract last year, and he put 2.7 million. That's almost 10%. That's almost 10% into his short, medium-term pipeline in 3 days of door knocking. And this is not circle prospecting. This was door knocking 12 doors total. He door knocked 4 a day, right? 4 in this area one day, 4 in this area another day, 4 in this area another day. And he put 2.7 million into the pipeline. All right. Absolutely bonkers. Now, this right here, these presentation booklets, you're going to see a little bit lower. We talk about luxury expireds. Those are the top 5 percent of the homes in your area. Those are the ones that we're going to add to our listings to leads account. And let me see. I know I've got one here. This one is just standard, but you get the idea. You're going to add the luxuries to your account, and you're going to create this booklet. All right. So these are a one-off. You're going to print and do these yourself. And I'm going to show you right now how to do that. It is so easy. And when you get a listing presentation, you're going to do it for that as well. So if you go to listings and somebody give me a city name, just give me a name of a city. I'm going to go to add listing manual. And so this is a luxury, right? These will be 2 to 4 a week at most. So expired. Now you're going to have their name. So you'll know their name, right? Because you're using My Plus Leads, you're using RedX, you're using Vulcan 7, right? Whatever it is you're using. So I'm going to say the name is Cat Flores, right? Just pick a couple of different people from the call here. The address is 904 Duncan Street, Phoenixaz. Zip code, don't even need to worry about zip code, just street. That's all you need. If you want to put in some more information, again, you can. Don't need to. Now, you're going to want to get a photo of the property. And in fact, right here, back in school, check this out. How to make a Google Street View. And I got a post. Click here to view the post. So I've got a, this is what I mean. I literally have thought of everything you need. There's nothing I can imagine. If there is, I want to hear it. But I've got everything thought out. When you're finding the information for these expireds using one of those programs I've mentioned a few times now, they will have a link to both Google Maps, and Zillow. So one of those two are going to have a photo of the property that you can use. You're not putting the photos in the MLS. They're not going anywhere other than to the homeowner, all right, to the homeowner that you're going to create this booklet for when it's a luxury listing. I took a Google Street View screenshot of the home, and look what I got. Boom. Isn't that gorgeous? Who would use that in a presentation? Nobody. I hope not. I hope not. That would be awful. I threw that into ChatGPT, and here's my screenshot of out of chat, right? You can see the screenshot on the top. My overly technical prompt, can you make this home look sharp without the car so I can use it in my marketing in landscape format? Look what it gave me, right? I mean, come on. Is that hard or is that easy, right? Is it hard or is it easy? It's easy to do a phenomenal job. So right here, we're going to upload the photo that we either get from Zillow or Google Street View. I'm just going to use this photo right here. That is also, this was a Google Street View photo. I mean, it was, the sky was all white. It was a little fuzzy, right? Overexposed. And now it looks beautiful. Just looks gorgeous. I ran it through ChatGPT and I just said, make this look beautiful. Give me a blue sky. Don't change anything else. And we're done. Just click, click. Boom, boom. It's going to take about 2 minutes for the flip book to be generated, all right, for this home address. And we're not going to sit there and wait. I'm just going to go show you another one that I did a little bit earlier. And in fact, I did this on the morning call, 732 Duncan Street, Folsom, California, expired. So it's the same idea. After about a minute and a half, the flip book will be active. And this is what the flip book will look like. So it'll have their home prepared for Kelly Wheeler at 732 Duncan Street. Where are you at? If you're from another country, I mean, why wouldn't it work? Yeah, I think it would totally work. I got my introduction, and check this out. That is their home on every page. Every single page. Their home, their home, their home. Isn't that beautiful? 732 Duncan Street, Folsom, California. Look at that domain. And I can even edit it if I needed to. 732 Duncan Street, my tours online. That's not my favorite. I'm going to change it, but it's totally fine. The QR code is clickable. And all I did, clicked add listing, selected expired, put in the owner's first and last name, street address, uploaded a photo, 5 things. And look what I got. I got a 27-page interactive, custom, dedicated marketing plan that I can deliver via text, via email, print, door knock, mail, whatever I want. Under download, there's the download. All right, there's the download right there. If I wanted to, I'm not going to worry about it, but if I wanted to change that domain where it says 732 Duncan Street dot the tour or whatever, sometimes on a really long street address, it can get broken, but you can always come here and go edit that if I wanted to, right? Normally it'll be just fine and you'll be good to go. Is that amazing or what? I mean, come on, tell me. You know, no need for Canva. I don't need to go to Canva. I don't need to have a generic presentation. All right. This is phenomenal for we have people all over the world using our system. Yeah. All right. So that's going to, that'll be ready to go in about a minute. But now, again, I've got the flipbook link I can send via text or email. And I've got the print version I can download and send. Now, the reason I was showing you that is because, again, for those luxury expireds. So, Kat, you're in Phoenix, I assume. Are you near? Are you near? Are you near Scottsdale, Glendale, Tucson, North? I'm blanking. We have a lot of clients in Phoenix. What's on the northern part there? So for Kat, and I'm just going to assume, yeah, that's right, Northern Arizona. So for Northern Arizona, I mean, I don't know your market, but for luxury, maybe it's 800,000 or more, right? The goal is to maybe do 2 to 4 luxuries a week, where you're going to add them to your account, like I just did, and be prepared to your text, email, and then if you wanted to door knock or mail, you can do that as well. All right. So for the ones that you can order from us, so that's why I was kind of showing you this right here. You cannot print individually 20 to 30, 10 to 20 a week or 10 to 15 a week. I mean, it's not going to work. You can try it. Let me know how you do. That's where you can order these magazine quality ones from us. And these are what we call for the premier leads. So luxury, the super, the high end, maybe 2 to 3 a week is what you're going to do, right? The high end ones. Everyone else is going to be a premier. All right. Premier. And that's why you order from us and what we do. And I'm going to walk through that next. So you're going to see how to do it. You can do it yourself, totally do it yourself. I'm going to set you up on how to do it yourself. I'm going to send, this is what I'll be sending to them via text, via email. This is what Scott Murray put $2.7 million into the pipeline with. This is what John Summers, right, got his $925,000 listing out from the first day of calling with us. Is they ordered from us and they were using these for the premier, for the listings where the price point was just a little bit below, or I should say just below the luxury level. All right. So let's go add that to our account. All right. So here's that one, 904 Duncan Street. Let's just take a look at it. All right. Prepared for Cat Flores. All right. Let me see. Make it bigger, just a little easier to see. So you just saw me do that, right? Prepared for Cat Flores, 904 Duncan Street, Phoenix, Arizona. And that's Cat's home. Look at that, 904 Duncan Street, worldsbestlisting.com. I'm telling you, when people see this domain in a listing presentation, expired, FISBO, canceled, probate, when they see that domain, the property website's ready to go. I mean, come on. It doesn't get better. When you're in a listing presentation, make sure. So if you're talking to an expired, maybe on the phone, person to person, listing presentation, whatever, have them pull out their phone and scan that QR code. All right. Because it's also going to go to their home. And now they're going to have their home right on their phone. It's awesome. The look on people's faces is incredible. Right? Look at that all the way through. That's their home. They're looking at their home. And you know what's awesome is they're looking at their home just sold. So in their minds, you are getting their home sold before you ever even list it. Absolutely phenomenal. The psychology of this presentation is like nothing else in the industry for expireds, for cancels, for FISBOs, for just regular seller leads and your listing presentations. Again, even probate. I can do probate. There is nothing like it. It is fast. It is interactive. It is powerful, and it's psychologically taking them through. All right, taking them through the journey of what you're going to do, because it answers the top 3 questions. What are you going to do to get my home sold? How are you different from every other agent that is telling me they're better, they're the best? And why am I going to pay you 3 to 3.5%? I know people that get 4%. I know one person, I could barely believe him, 4.5%. I'm like, dude, I don't know what you're doing, but keep it up. All right. So there's a little more of a explanation for luxury if you want that. More of an explanation of premier leads if you want that. And then standard. So standard, they're not going to get, they're going to get the links via text and via email to the presentation. They're not going to get a hard copy of it. All right. They're not free. If you print them up, the printing alone is going to be, let's just say $8 to $10. All right. If you go door knock, well, you're saving on the mailing. And what I love doing is, group 2 to 3 or 4 expireds in an area to go door knocking, and go door knocking. Don't be surprised if it takes you an hour to 2 hours, because you very well, and this happens all the time, people get invited in, right? Because, hi, my name is Cat Flores with eXp Realty or Libertas Realty in Arizona. And I saw that your home was on the market for 88 days and didn't sell. And I wanted to give you my 100 plus point home marketing plan to help homes in Flagstaff get sold. And they're going to see this, whether it's the one for their home or the premier one, they're going to see it. And I'm telling you, I've had people tell me they have signed listings from the first meeting via a door knock, right? They get invited in, they do a tour of the property. People put listings into the pipeline all the time from this, but there's even been people that have gotten listings from the first day because a person, they want to sell. Like, oh my God, I want to sell. The last agent was so, they didn't get it sold. They told me they were going to get it sold. They stopped. They started ghosting me after the first few weeks, whatever. So they got a little bit of a bad taste in their mouth. And that's why door knocking can be so powerful, because now they can put a face, the energy, your vibe, right? Your trustworthiness, hopefully. They can internalize that. And when you've got this to back up what you're talking about, it is amazing how fast you can get listings into your pipeline. And any one of you can do that this afternoon. Has ever have customer growth? I don't know what that means, RR. Yeah. Yeah. Explain that a little bit more. I don't really understand what you mean by that. All right. So, but just to finish up on the standards, they're going to get a letter, which I'll show you in a little bit. In fact, well, if I go back to standard, this is the letter. All right. Standard expired leads. It's on Canva. And so for someone that's like in my area, 1.4 million and above is luxury. 1.4 to 7 would be premier, and anything under 700,000, they're not going to get either one of these presentation booklets. They're going to get the letter, and the letter has a QR code that if you scan it, it actually brings up the flip book. So we're delivering the flip book to them, but via the QR code, not via a hard copy. Does that make sense? Right? I don't have enough money to send a $10 book to every single person in my area. So that's the same thing as this right here. But I'm just delivering it via the letter, right? Instead of a hard copy. Does that make sense? So, we got to save a little bit of money. We got to watch our budget. I can't go nuts. And so what you'll do is you will request access to this letter. You will then click file. And I've got this all written out. It's all written out beyond belief. You will go file, make a copy, and now it will be in your Canva. All right. It'll be inside of your Canva account. And again, I've got this written up. You'll take the flip book. In fact, now I'll tell you what, this is for a standard lead. So this is a luxury, right? That's because for a particular address with a seller name in it. So for the standard, it's just a little bit different. And let me show you how to create the standard. Well, let me show you in school. The 100-point expired home premier. So these are the literally step-by-step instructions on how to add this to your account. All right. When you order the done for you service, we actually do all of this for you. So I'm going to do this right now, but we're going to add this listing right now to our listings to leads account. And so I'm going to walk you through it right now, but just so that you know, later on, you can come here and see it. Right. This should look very similar. There's just a couple of tiny little things different, because this will be something that we use for like 95% of all the expireds in our area. So we want to have this one presentation that we can use to text, email the premier and standard leads for expired, and then to door knock or mail to the premier expired leads. Or I've never heard of that. I mean, yeah. I mean, I know what you mean, dude. Trust me, I'm a conspiracy theorist, and that would be something I would worry about. But don't worry about that. So to add this listing to our account, that is for premier and standard leads, we only need one of them.